situation in Afghanistan. As you know, we were set to leave Afghanistan this month, and as we began the final drawdown, I made some critical errors. Namely, I underestimated the strength of the Taliban, and I overestimated the strength and capability of the friendly Afghan forces. This was my fault. And due to my mistake, the Taliban has taken control of Afghanistan. There are reports now that ISIS and Al-Qaeda are working alongside them. Unfortunately, there are tens of thousands of Americans on the ground there, as well as friends and allies of America on the ground. And these people, Americans and our allies, are all stranded. And that is my fault. But they will not be stranded for long. In the next 48 hours, America will be in control of most major airports in Afghanistan. Any resistance we meet from the Taliban or otherwise when we seize these airports will be destroyed completely and without mercy. From those airports, we will conduct rapid strike rescue missions until we have recovered and evacuated all our citizens, allies, and friends. Any person that interferes with these operations will be killed. We will also recover or destroy all aircraft, vehicles, weapons, and sensitive equipment that we left behind. Any person utilizing, guarding, or located in close proximity to these weapons or equipment will be killed. Once we have evacuated all friendly personnel and recovered or destroyed the weapons and equipment left behind, we will depart Afghanistan. But we will continue to monitor everything that happens in Afghanistan through our ground and airborne surveillance equipment. Terrorist training camps or activity will be targeted and destroyed. Gross violations of human rights will be stopped through overwhelming force. And any group in Afghanistan fighting for freedom, liberty, and basic human rights will be supported through special operations forces and ruthless precision air power. We will continue that dedicated support until the enemy is no longer a threat to humanity or to the good people of Afghanistan. May God bless America, and may God have mercy on the souls of our enemy, because we will not. That is all.
A good video by Jocko, but I do have to debate some of this. Let's see, what did I notice here? This is two Commander-in-Chief wannabes, Jocko Willink and myself, so let's debate. Point number 1. Rapid strike rescue missions throughout all of Afghanistan to evacuate all American citizens is not happening. You will not be doing that because it is not viable, and you have no idea where exactly to look throughout the entire country to guarantee you'll come back with all of our citizens and helpers. Also, be careful with your ruthless air power stuff, as there are civilians all around. And when you supposedly land at the airports and take them, you had better have a great deal of either vehicles or know-how, since my armor-plated stuff you've made the presumption to destroy. If I'm on the opposing side, destroy with what? Ground forces from the airport? Since you cannot strike from the air if there are civilians all around, you would need another method. Point number 2, I like and have been thinking that way very strongly myself, that recovery or destruction of our stuff is needed. Someone now better handle that. We did not give that stuff to this enemy, this worthless enemy over there. Point number 3, Referring again to point number 2, how do you know everything will be recovered or destroyed in order for you to finally leave? Unfortunately, stupidity from the top has consequences. Point number 4, he mentioned monitoring and destruction of training camps, terror activities, etc. This is a grave mistake because you assumed that you could just monitor after knowing IS and Qaeda were in the country, as you mentioned prior. This is not the stupidest enemy and is aware of drones and land monitoring. Further, as by prior USA treaty, the Talatrash should have handled that already. So then they would need to be killed and not monitored, waiting for something to happen. The treaty has been broken already, and greatly so. Further, you know there are ways to avoid radar, drones, and high-tech surveillance. Therefore, don't assume you'll be aware of everything in that snake-ridden country. On point number 5, agreed, human rights are very important. So that was well said. Another point I'd like to make is on underestimation. If you admitted you underestimated the enemy the first time, why would you come out with a whole litany of what you'll be doing and how you'll be doing it this time? Further, why give away all plans to the enemy? If I'm the enemy, it's like, thank you for letting me know you'll take the airports. We await your arrival. But what I don't let you know is that now I make good usage of my explosives, possibly mines, and rocket launcher setups behind walls, secure locations, radar-proof material, and whatnot. I appreciate your revealing of your plans to me and await your friendly arrival. Only I need not tell you about it. And finally, a couple more points. Point number 7. Referring to the end of the video, if God does something one way and you go the opposite way, you don't need to be near that office. This country doesn't need that right now, for the USA is already too much in trouble. Point number 8. I really like that you are supporting the good people of Afghanistan as you state in the video. So well done. It's a good try by Jocko. So a good video, good heart to do the right thing. Just mistakes there, grave errors at least twice or 3 times. So, but the USA has a few days to act to get people out. You really do need to evacuate troops, because I've heard it takes like 5 or 6 days to get out 6,000 troops that you just sent in. Well, they need to turn around and get right back out, because that's about what you have, 5 or 6 days, and you need to leave now. And I know that's difficult, but you have to do that now and readjust. Take a step back, because if the planes where the troops are shot, if IS is not, how do I say this? IS is not your only concern at that point come the 31st. It is the Talatrash, and all it takes is a few rockets and then you're grounded, and the troops get to be left behind. So get out now, and then you can take a step back and adjust and think further about what to do. So that's about all at this time. Thank you.